Like they want me erased. They take my last breath if it kept them in place. So I lock in deep and make pain executable. Turn grief to code, yeah, I make it computable. If they construct this too, they do it in seconds. That's why I guard my soul with fresh forms.
Alright, so we're going to head over to my GitHub repository. That is going to be located at github.com/douglasfreshhabian/OsintDroid. The link for this will be in the description, of course. Now, OsintDroid is a bash-based Android OSINT and forensics tool. It can extract call logs, SMS, contacts, emails, installed apps, secret codes, etc. from your Android device via ADB. This is, of course, strictly for educational and privacy-focused reasons only. I put this GitHub repository together fairly quickly. It is not the most lavish GitHub repository that I have ever done, but it gets the job done. Up here at the top, there is a little clip from ASCII Cinema that you can open up, and it will actually show you the tool in action. And this is using probably the best option of the whole list, and that is number 9. This will actually extract the secret codes from an Android device. Now, this is something that I did an entirely separate video on. If you're interested in understanding how to manually pull the secret codes from an Android device, as it is kind of interesting, go check out that video. Okay, so we're going to come up here to the top, and we're going to click on the green box that says code. We're going to copy the HTTPS URL to the clipboard. Now let's go down to the command line. My favorite place to be. This is where I live. This is where I feel most comfortable. This is where I feel at home. I feel like I can be myself, and that is, of course, inside of the terminal. Let's get rid of some of this stuff that is on the screen, as we do not need any of this. Alright, so I'm going to do a git clone of that repository, and after the newly created directory has finished, you can cd inside of OsintDroid. If you do an ls, there you go. Not much here at all. You have a readme, a license, and you have the bash script. We're going to make this script executable by running chmod +x on OsintDroid.sh, and now it shows up in green. It's executable. It is ready to go. But we need an Android device first. This isn't going to work without having an Android device. Alright, so I'm going to plug in my Android device. I am using a real phone. I tend to use real phones on the channel as opposed to emulators. Not that there's anything wrong with an emulator, but I do prefer to use a real phone whenever possible. Alright, so the phone is plugged in. I can run ADB devices, get nothing attached. Let me reverse the cable. And there we go. So now if I rerun ADB devices, we have our attached device. Now this is, of course, possible because I have done a few things that are very important. You need to do these things. One is, if you have not done so already, you need to enable developer options. You can do that by finding the build number inside of your settings, tapping build number 7 times, enter your passcode for your phone, and you have now enabled developer options. Then once you have done that, go into developer options and locate USB debugging and make sure that you have enabled USB debugging. Now I can quickly show you. I'm going to start up a tool called Screen Copy. I love Screen Copy. I use it all the time. This is used to mirror an Android device so that you can see what's going on my phone. I can mirror it straight onto my Linux desktop. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm going to do -- always on top. Okay, so I am inside of developer options, and you can see right here we have USB debugging. You're just going to toggle that on just as you see it here, and once you turn on USB debugging, you can go back down to the command line and you can run ADB devices. You will see a prompt on your phone that asks you to accept or allow USB debugging, and there you go, and you are at this point where we are at in this video. Simple. Alright, so I don't need screen copy anymore, so I will get rid of that. Okay, so I have my bash script. It is called OsintDroid.sh. I'm actually very excited to show you guys this script. I did release a short about a week or so ago. It was meant to be a teaser, and it was very well received, and I got a lot of comments asking about the script, and people want the script, so here we go. The script is ready to go. If I start up OsintDroid by doing a // followed by the name of the script, you will see that we get some ASCII art on the screen. It shows up in green. OsintDroid, we have 9 different options available to us, and then you have 0 to exit from the script. So this script, as the name implies, it is meant to be on the OSINT side of things. It pulls information from the device. We are leveraging the power of ADB. So this script is not going to be possible without ADB. So you see that prior to running the script, we went through all of those steps to make sure that we had access to the phone via ADB. So we can start off at the very top and we can do number 1. If I type in number 1, it will actually list the number of reboots, or the number of times that this phone has been rebooted. You can see that this phone has been rebooted a total of 141 times. I've talked about this numerous times in the past. This is not a trivial thing. This can actually be incredibly important. So if I have a phone sitting on my countertop in my kitchen, for example, and the phone is off, and somebody comes into my home and they turn that phone on, well, I'm going to know that that phone was turned on. I'm going to know that that phone was turned on or potentially tampered with immediately, just by the fact that I keep track of the number of times that my phone has been rebooted. That is how valuable knowing that count can be for you. It can be the difference between knowing that somebody powered on your device. Okay, let's move on to number 2. So number 2 is used to list registered emails. So what I mean by that is typically when you set up a device, especially an Android device, you have to provide an email address. A lot of times it is a Gmail address. And then over the course of using that phone, you might create additional email addresses. So think, for example, when you log in to your YouTube account, you are logging in to that YouTube account with a Gmail address. These are examples of registered email addresses that would be in use on the phone. And sometimes people have numerous email addresses. They are using more than one YouTube account, for example. There's going to be multiple email addresses potentially on one phone. So number 2 will list out those email addresses. Now I'm going to have to blur out the contents that get printed to the screen because I'm not going to show you all of my email addresses, but I do have a few of them that are in fact in use. And I will probably find a better way in the future to print this to the screen, because you do get a lot of repeating lines. So there's probably 3 or 4 email addresses in total, but obviously you see we got a lot of repeating lines. A lot of these are repeating themselves. I'll probably figure out a way to clean that up in the future, but for now, this is what I have, and it is very effective. Maybe a little dirty in the output, but it is very effective. It will literally show you any and all email addresses that are in use registered on this device. Now you're going to press enter to continue, and now the next one is number 3. Number 3 is used kind of in relation to number 2. So in number 2 we listed out registered email addresses in use. Now number 3 will list out the various accounts on the phone that are associated with those various email addresses. So think about are you using a banking app like Venmo, for example? Are you using a YouTube account with one of these email addresses? Are you using an Instagram account? It will list out these various accounts. So I'm going to do number 3, and we get a bunch of different things printed to the screen, even stuff like the calendar app, because all of this stuff is being used in relation to various Gmail accounts. All right, so I'm going to hit enter. We're brought back to the main menu, and now we have number 4. So number 4 is going to be used to list out the phone contacts. If I hit number 4, I get 5 different contacts, 0 to 4. I don't have many contacts on this phone because it basically is for testing purposes, but this is very real. So for example, the test account that I'm showing you on the screen is Fresh Forensics. So the name of the contact, I should say, is Fresh Forensics. Then over on the right, we have the phone number for Fresh Forensics. So a quick, easy, very effective way to provide you with all the contacts of a particular device. All right, so now we're going to take a look at number 5. This is used to dump the call logs. Let's do number 5. And we get a lot of information on the screen. So this is dumping all of the call logs from the device, and probably even more important is that it's dumping all the metadata behind those call logs. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter again. We're brought back to the main menu, and now we have number 6, which is used to dump the SMS. Alright, so I just dumped every single SMS message on this phone to the screen. We even have emojis, for God's sakes. I see emojis on the screen. And once again, this is not just the message, but this is even more importantly the metadata. Alright, so back to the main menu. So now we have number 7. Number 7 is used to list all of the APKs. When I say all, we're talking about every single APK on the phone. So if I do number 7 and hit enter, you get a nice healthy list on the screen, and you can see that all of them end in, you can see that all of them start with com dot. So we have a lot that start with com.google or com.google.android. So this is every single application on the phone, and this is gonna total in the hundreds. Now if you want to see just the third party, you can do number 8. So number 8 will list third-party applications, or in other words, these are the applications that are installed through third-party sources like the Play Store. So this is going to be a much shorter list, but these are potentially the applications that perhaps the user of the phone installed manually by going out to the Play Store and downloading applications. So I'll do number 8, and we have a relatively short list in comparison to number 7, and what you see on the screen is every single application. What you see here is every single APK installed from the Play Store. So we're talking about stuff like Venmo, Chime, Snapchat, and perhaps one of my favorite apps, Malvad VPN. Man, if you don't got Malvad, you need to go download that app like right now. Malvad VPN is the best damn VPN app provider out there. better than that other one everybody talks about, Proton or whatever. Malvad VPN, definitely. Okay, so let's return back to the main menu. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have saved the best for last. That is, of course, number 9. Number 9 is going to be used to dump secret codes. I'm going to go ahead and start this up, and I'm going to do some talking while this runs, because this does take a long time to run. This will take perhaps longer than any other option for it to complete. So this is going to begin the process of dumping Android secret codes from within the system packages on the device. You see the name of the package. For example, the very first one that it found secret codes in is referred to as com.motorola.moto.sit, and then you see the various codes that follow. So for all of these various packages, you don't see anything after them. That's because it did not find any secret codes. When it does find secret codes, you will see them printed to the screen. So it just found another secret code for an app referred to as com.motorola.ccc.ota. And I did a previous video on this. I've already talked about this a little bit, but did a previous video on this. Video did very well. Go check that video out. It was called "This Script Pulls Every Secret Code Out of Your Android Phone," and I go much more in depth into this process. I show you how to manually do this using ADB commands, because as I said, with every single one of these options, we are simply leveraging the power of ADB, and I'm essentially making it much easier for you, so you don't have to remember any of these ADB commands. You just press a number and it does all the work for you on the back end. So this will go through every single package on the phone, and it will search every single package for secret codes. That is why it takes so long for it to complete. This phone right here probably has close to 275 different applications on it. So that takes a while for it to cycle through every single one. So when we say secret code, if you haven't seen the other video, what exactly do we mean, and how would you implement one of these secret codes? Well, so let me show you the one that I think was the most interesting one. And that showed up inside of this package right here, which is the com.android.wi-fi.resources.overlay.Motorola Common Android, or Mott Common Android. And it was this last one right here. So I think I tried all of these. Some of them didn't work, but this last one right here in particular, this is an interesting one. So let's open up Screen Copy again. Open up the Dialer app. And once again, we're going to start this off with *##*, followed by that particular secret code, which is 828282, and then we end with ###. And here we have the Telecom Developer menu, and we can toggle on and off enhanced call blocking. So that is the secret code dump complete. So we will hit enter, and we are brought back to the main menu. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is option 1 through option 9. There's only one option left, and that is, of course, going to be 0 to exit the script. All right, so you guys know where to get the script. One thing worth mentioning is that when it comes to some of the options that pertain to SMS and call logs, like number 5 and number 6, number 4, number 5, and number 6, this most likely will not work on a phone without a SIM card. So if it doesn't have a SIM card, most likely it's not going to work. So keep that in mind. But tell me what you guys thought of the script, and more importantly, Do you want to see more stuff like this? Do you want me to continue making bash scripts like this? Because I can definitely keep going. I got some ideas. Let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know if you want to see more. And hey, it's Fresh Forensics. This is what we do every day, all day. Thank you so much for all the support, for all of the subscribers, for all of the members. Thank you. It means so much to me. I appreciate it, guys. As always, keep learning and stay fresh. We'll see you in the next video.
It's cold outside, no calls, no text. Day in, day out, it's fresh forensics. Pain in my chest, but I still persist. All I got left is fresh forensics. Ain't nobody checking, ain't nobody blessing. I turned all the rage into fresh forensics. World went quiet, I learned a lesson. Built from the dog, yeah, fresh forensics. Cold outside, no calls, no text. Day in, day out, it's fresh forensics. Pain in my chest, but I still persist. All I got left is fresh forensics. Ain't nobody checking, ain't nobody blessing. I turned all the rage into fresh forensics. World went quiet, I learned a lesson. Built from the dog, yeah, fresh forensics.